Hey yo, Mark here for Mark's Max Muscle. And you may have already guessed that yes, it's definitely time for a challenge round. Welcome to the challenge round. Here's the breakdown. The first competitor, standing 5 feet 9 inches, weighing 270 pounds, Marco Savolainen. And his opponent, standing 5 feet 8 inches, weighing 240 pounds, Mike Francois. Today's challenge round is brought to you by The Greatest One. And we begin with the rear double bicep. Now, I'm obviously just joking. We always begin with the front relaxed pose. And this is I guess this is a matter of choice for this one. And I'm going to go with Marco on this one. I believe his overall lines are much better than Mike Francois'. I will say Francois is better conditioned. But I mean, it's not like he's completely dominating and with a great set of abs here. If so, then perhaps it would be a little closer. But you notice the lats here and the just tremendous leg development. And goes without saying that I think Marco is scoring a victory in this one. But let's head into the mandatory poses and have a look at the front and double bicep. And wow, just simply wow. Those are some biceps that Marco possesses. I really don't know how I could justify voting against him in a front double bicep pose. Having said that, I do like Mike Francois in the pose, but I also like Marco's overall lines as well. And I mean, the lag development is, I think Savolainen is scoring slightly ahead in that department as well. But I mean, look at the arms. It's those are some crazy biceps. But having said that, Marco scores another decisive victory. Now let's have a look at the front lat spread. This one's a little closer. I'm gonna lean towards Mike Francois in this one. But just by a hair. He's not getting a full 2-point victory in this one. And I'll explain why. I think he is winning in the lat department. But pretty much every other aspect besides that, I think Marco's winning. But this is, however, the front lat spread. And if you look at just the silhouettes, it's plain to me that Mike Francois is the victor in this one. But I mean, when you look at the separation of the abs and just about all the other muscles on Marco Savolainen, it's hard for me to justify giving Mike Francois a total 2-point victory. So 1 point will remain. Now let's have a look at the side chest pose. Looks like this is another tough one here. It is the side chest, and Mike Francois is, in my opinion, winning in that department. But I mean, every other aspect of this, Savolainen is winning. I mean, look at the arms here. Not just the biceps, but the triceps and the shoulders, the delts. I'm going to lean towards Marco Savolainen in this one, but not a total blowout victory because, however, I said this is the side chest. And we're going to take that into consideration and not take a full 2-point victory away from Mike Francois. And it's not looking good for Mr. Mike Francois in this competition. Now let's have a look at the ab and thigh pose. And it really looks like Savolainen is running roughshod over Mike Francois. And Mike Francois is no small potatoes. He's a pretty high-ranked contender. So this Marco Savolainen could be a dark horse in this tournament. He's scoring a point here in the ab and thigh without a doubt. See the massive thigh sweeps here. And I like his overall ab development a little bit better than Mike Francois, but I am leaning towards Francois slightly in the conditioning of the waist. But when you look at the conditioning of the legs here, it's no doubt about it that Marco Savolainen is scoring a victory here in the ab and thigh. Now let's have these two gentlemen turn around and display the rear lat spread. And looks like Mike Francois is going to save a little bit of face because I'm going to give him a victory in this one. But I will say, Savolainen has a very well-developed back here. This guy was real total package. But Mike Francois' lats here are just incredible, as are Marco's. But draw your attention towards the traps here of one Mike Francois. Those are unbeatable traps here. Looks like a version of Phil Heath's. But having said that, Mike Francois pulls himself out of the fire in this competition. But will it be enough as we have a look at the rear double bicep pose? And all hope is lost for Mr. Mike Francois. He does have a decent, perhaps more than a decent, rear double bicep pose. But oh my soul, look at Marco Savolainen's rear double bicep. Wow, who could stand up to this? I mean, look at the arms. Looks like some sort of cartoon caricature come to life. Wow. And not just the arms, but look at the back, the lower back, the Christmas tree. This is unbelievable. And surprisingly, the traps here are dwarfing Mike Francois. Hamstrings, just everything here. Of course, there is a little weak side here in Marco Savolainen in the calf department. But hardly enough to deduct any points away from him. So definitely does not look good for Mike Francois. But as we often sometimes do, just to save some face for the losing party here, we're gonna have these gentlemen turn back around and hit a most muscular pose. At first glance, and many of you may choose Marco Savolainen in this pose, but it might be come to surprise to most of you that I'm gonna go with Mike Francois in this one. I just feel that he's not being dwarfed really in size. I feel that he's quite powerful looking in this pose. But look how thin his skin is compared to Marco's. And I think that's more than enough when you look at the striations in the chest here. I think that's more than enough for a victory to, like I said, save some face in this competition. But it was far, far too late for Mike Francois to pull himself out of the fire. And of course, here is your winner of this challenge round, Marco Savolainen. Savolainen now awaits the challenge of another challenge round winner to do battle in the Gladiator round. Well, that about does it for that one. As always, let me know in the comments section below if you have any other great combinations like Marco Savolainen versus Mike Francois for an upcoming challenge round match. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit like if you did, and if you haven't already, subscribe. That's it for now. This is Mark for Mark's Max Muscle.